Hey everyone, it's Allie and welcome back to my channel. Before I get started with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to all the people out there that are working right now. Through this epidemic, you guys are out in the front lines and I want to dedicate this video to all of you out there. So what I'm going to be talking about today is actually 5 of my favorite fragrances that I recommend for those out there in the workforce. Geared towards people in offices or just really anyone in general. I feel like I have 5 really amazing designer options that are going to be really, really good for you to wear to work because these aren't aggressive in any way. I feel like these are very clean smelling, they're very likable, they're, like I said, not aggressive in any way, and they're very appropriate for any job really, especially for people who aren't really allowed to wear fragrance in their job but want to wear a little something something, to have a little bit of a clean smell to them. I feel like these options are really, really good, and I have one that's kind of like a little weird hidden gem that I wasn't expecting to like as much as I ended up liking it, and I feel like it's definitely really appropriate for the workforce and for people that just want to smell really clean and very beautiful. And yeah, we're gonna get into it right now with my first pick. Actually, this one is from the house of Narciso Rodriguez, and this one is Narciso Rodriguez For Her, the Eau de Toilette version. Before I get too much into this, please note if you go out and buy this, the bottle is a black bottle with pink writing, but the packaging that this comes in is a pink box with black lettering. So it's the opposite of the words in the bottle. Keep that in mind because the Eau de Parfum version of this comes in a black box and then the bottle is pink. So it could be a little confusing and you might see the black box thinking it's this one and grab it. But in reality, you'd be buying the Eau de Parfum, which is different than the Eau de Toilette. So just keep that in mind if you go out there and you decide to buy this fragrance. You're going to want to get the one in the pink packaging to get this black bottle, which is the Eau de Toilette version. And being that this is an Eau de Toilette, I will say this fragrance lasts a long time on the skin. I can wear this to work and I'm still smelling it at the end of my work shift, and I usually start my work shift at 7 in the morning and don't get out until 5 in the evening. So this carries on for a long time. You've got notes of bergamot, orange flower, osmanthus, musk, amber, vanilla, and patchouli in this fragrance. And this is really, really beautiful. When I smell this, I smell a woman working at a front desk somewhere in an office, almost like a secretary vibe. This is what I feel like a secretary would smell like, but a very high end, like she's working in a big corporate office. She's working really high up in management. She's right there, right outside of the boss's office. This is what I feel like she would smell like, very luxurious, very sensual, musky as well. This gives off like a very clean, musky like effect. It smells like you just got out of the shower and this is what you naturally smell like, or almost like a really luxurious body oil would smell like. And she put it on and that's what you're getting whiffs of. You definitely get the orange flower in this. It smells very florally with a vanilla touch and very, very musky. The patchouli in this is very well blended out. More than anything, the patchouli in this aids in the fact that the longevity on this is stellar. This can last like at least 10, maybe even more hours on the skin, being that it's an Eau de Toilette. Just because it's an Eau de Toilette doesn't mean it's not going to always last. This is a really good reminder that some Eau de Toilettes are like, boom, like in your face. But at the same time, what I love about this is that it's not aggressive, it's not overbearing, it's very beautiful. And it's very shy, pulled back in reverse, and it almost smells, like I said, like a really beautiful body oil or a body lotion, and I really do enjoy it. It gives off a very clean florally vibe without being aggressively floral in any way. This is really, really beautiful, and I highly suggest checking this one out for anyone who wants to smell a little clean, a little musky, and just all around really, really beautiful. I love that one a lot. The next one that I'm going to talk about is one that I've talked about quite a bit on my channel before. This is YSL Libre, and I've used quite a bit of this one. I've tinted it a little bit more since the last time y'all have probably seen my bottle, but it's really, really beautiful. I would classify this as a feminine fougere scent. For those of you who don't know what a fougere scent is, it's a classic barber style type of fragrance. So it's gonna smell, fougere scents tend to smell kind of citrusy, herbally. They smell like barbershop shaving cream, or they just smell like the inside of a barbershop, which I sort of get a vibe from that in this. But this is a more feminine version of a barbershop fougere scent, which I really, really do enjoy, because if you guys know me, you know I love a good fougere. But also what I want to note is this one is a bit stronger. Out of all the ones I have, this one has the most projection, and you probably would want to go a little bit lighter. But if you want to smell warm, inviting, a little bit creamy, almost like a really luxurious shaving cream, like I sort of get that vibe from this. It opens up with a really beautiful mandarin note, because this one has mandarin, lavender, blackcurrant, petitgrain, jasmine, orange blossom, vanilla, cedar, ambergris, and a beautiful musk in the base. And it's really, really stunning. It's really, really beautiful. I can see a man rocking this. I can see a woman rocking this. When I say man, I mean more like a younger guy, like someone who wants to jump into fragrance. He's a young guy, or maybe even a young boy. This could be a great starter for him. Don't be thrown off because it's marketed towards women. I feel like it tends to be a little bit more unisex more than anything. But it's really, really beautiful. And like I said, it opens up with this gorgeous mandarin note. So you get this gorgeous citrus opening in the beginning, and it starts drying down to this sort of herbally warm vanilla scent, and it's absolutely beautiful. You get a little bit of that jasmine, that lavender in this. Because you do get a little bit of the jasmine, but it's always in the background, but you get more of that lavender and that petitgrain and blackcurrant, in my opinion, aiding in the fact that it smells sort of like shaving cream-esque, but it's warmed up immediately by that ambergris and that vanilla in this. And it's really, really beautiful. It's very sensual, in my opinion. It's very clean. It's very just nice. And I feel like this would be perfect for anyone who wants to smell clean, a little warm, very just gentle, very relaxed. I feel like the lavender and the vanilla in this really makes it a kind of relaxing scent. So if you work in a really stressful job, I feel like this one is going to be a really good one to wear, because it's got sort of a comforting effect, in my opinion, and it smells very clean and very professional. And that's what I love about this. It's a very unique scent, and it's very different than a lot of the YSL scents that they make for women. And I really do enjoy this one, and I think this is a really beautiful option for someone to wear to the office. And that again is YSL Libre. Now the next one that I'm going to talk about is one that I've had for a while. I haven't really talked about it. I had sort of forgotten what it smells like until I was reminded just a few days ago when I was going to make this video. And I was like, well, that needs to be on the list, because that's definitely a work scent. It's definitely professional. And that's from the house of Versace, and this one is Dylan Blue. And I really do enjoy this one. If you love sort of very floral, slightly musky scents that have like a fruity nuance to them but aren't overtly fruity, then you're definitely gonna love Dylan Blue by Versace. This is heavy on the florals. You've got blackcurrant, Granny Smith apple, clover, a beautiful forget-me-not, rose hip. You've got rose, jasmine, peach, Petelia, styrax, a beautiful white woods, and you have musk and patchouli, which aids to the longevity as well in this one. And it's beautiful. You definitely, in my opinion, out of the peach and the Granny Smith apple, you get a lot of that Granny Smith apple. It's very crisp. It's a little sour. It's really, really yummy. And you have this bright like apple note that's surrounded by all these beautiful florals. The peach in this, I can pick it up a little bit. It sort of aids to the sweetness of the fragrance, because this is not an overtly sweet fragrance at all. It's floral. It's a little bit sour, in my opinion. Just a little bit, because of that apple note. It's really crisp. It's really bright. And it's really, really beautiful with a really light woods in the background. And I could totally see an executive woman rocking this scent. She is at the top of the company. She is running the show. She knows what she wants. She is very, go, go, go. This is what I sort of get from that. If you're that type of woman, or you want to exude that sort of vibe, definitely check out this one from the house of Versace, because it's a really beautiful option. And I really do love all these different florals sort of dancing around. I definitely get the rose in this. You definitely get a little bit of that jasmine. And it's just so beautiful. That forget-me-not note in this is amazing. Just, it's a gorgeous, stunning, sort of floral, not sort of, very floral, slightly fruity fragrance, but not overtly fruity. So if you're kind of put off by fruity scents, don't be afraid of this one. What you get most is like a beautiful apple note, and that's about it. It's literally florals, apple, and just this really beautiful light musk with a white wood effect. It's absolutely stunning, and I highly suggest checking this one out. Dylan Blue by Versace. The next one that I'm going to talk about is sort of a little hidden gem. I wasn't expecting to like this one as much as I ended up liking it because it's a very different from what is known to come out from this house. And that one is Rosa by Juicy Couture. I didn't think I would enjoy this as much as I ended up enjoying this fragrance. Most Juicy Couture scents tend to be very youthful. They're very sweet, almost sickly sweet. They're very girly. This one smells like a grown woman, and it smells to me more than anything like a really luxurious, expensive hairspray. And it's very clean, where it kind of gives me honestly like a pure Poison vibe from Dior, where that's sort of a very clean, sort of like clean laundry or like linen type fragrance. This is a very clean, sort of out of the shower, I put hairspray in my hair fragrance, but it's like a really expensive hairspray. And I really do enjoy it. It's very light. It's very beautiful. It's not at all aggressive. It's not going to choke anyone out. I can't see, honestly, anybody really being offended by you wearing this fragrance. You've got a beautiful note of mandarin, pear, jasmine, rose. You also have Chambec jasmine, but more than anything, you get that clean, heady jasmine in this. Because Chambec jasmine tends to be a little bit dirtier, more animalic and indolic. I definitely don't get that one a lot in this. You definitely get a heady, clean jasmine. Peony, orris, benzoin, and ambroxan, which just adds to the beauty of this fragrance. Being, like I said, that it's Juicy Couture, I was expecting this to be overtly sweet, very aggressively sweet, and I didn't get that at all from this. I got this really beautiful, clean, floral, hairspray-like fragrance that I actually really did enjoy, and it's very underrated. And I totally would have looked over this fragrance, being that, you know, I know what Juicy Couture tends to throw out. This is so completely different than anything they've ever done. If you check this out, you might be pleasantly surprised, and it's not too expensive. I found this bottle at TJ Maxx in a gift set for I think like $40, and this is the 3.4 ounce bottle. So I got it for a really good deal. More than anything, you get that rose and a little bit of that jasmine, and there's a slight sweetness to this, but by no means is this overtly sweet in any way. It's very toned down for a Juicy Couture fragrance. It's almost not sweet at all. It's just slightly sweet. More than anything, you get this really clean floral effect that gives off a sort of hairspray vibe. And I really do enjoy it, and I think y'all should check it out. And I just lost the cap. I'm just gonna leave it down there for now. Now, the last one that I'm going to talk about is one that I really do enjoy wearing, and that is Burberry Body. This is beautiful. You've got notes of wormwood, peach, freesia, iris, rose, sandalwood, cashmere wood, musk, amber, and vanilla. And this is one of the most beautiful musk I have ever put my nose to. All of these, in a way, have like this musky effect. I think the one that doesn't is like Rosé by Juicy Couture, but this is a gorgeous musk. When I smell this, it smells so elegant to me. When I've worn this, I've actually been told that I smell like a teacher, which I don't understand why, but like after I was told that, I totally got transported into a classroom in my mind. And I was like, oh my God, this is what a teacher would smell like. So for my teachers out there, check this one out. This is like work approved to be around children and, you know, coworkers in school. Like, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous musk. You definitely get florals in this, but there's this like woody undertone that you get, and I think it's from the wormwood in this. It adds this sort of slight woodiness, but it's not overtly woody in any way. It's very light and woody with this gorgeous slight peach note that adds a little bit of sweetness to it. The iris makes it like a tad bit powdery, which I really do enjoy. It adds like this touch of powder to the fragrance. But more than anything, you get this really beautiful mix of like florals. You get a lot of that freesia, in my opinion, and that rose. In colder weather, you definitely get the florals a lot more. I sat in my car when I first wore this and, you know, smelled clean, a little bit musky, slightly vanillic. And the second I kicked on my AC and that cold air started blowing, all of a sudden, all these florals popped up and I just was smelling like a clean, musky floral fragrance that was absolutely beautiful and very, very clean and very just nice. It's not aggressive in any way. I can't imagine you offending anyone wearing this one, and I really think it's a great option to wear to work, especially since it's not that expensive. So this is great to just throw on and go and wear something that smells like you're very, very clean. You just stepped out of the shower and you're just a very clean person. If this is not your vibe, I definitely suggest checking out Burberry Rhythm, which is another really beautiful, clean, light fragrance. And also there was another one from Burberry, I think it's Burberry Sheer. That one I would say if you work in the medical field and you're not allowed to wear fragrance, buy Burberry Sheer and wear that one. It's so light. There's like absolutely no way I feel like you could offend anybody wearing that scent or get told like, are you wearing fragrance? You're just gonna smell like you're naturally clean. That one I also really recommend. But for my list, I really thought Burberry Body would be a more appropriate selection. So yeah, that's all, you guys. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and doing your part to lessen the curve or whatever. And just, yeah, like, stay safe. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this fragrance list. And yeah, like, subscribe to my channel. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I will link my Instagram down below. I will also link everywhere you can find these fragrances as well. Till next time, stay safe like I said, and I will catch you guys later in another video. Bye.